Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ninth HFY narration. Today we will be reading The Execution, made by u/hamster4. Many thanks for the writer's permission. Hope you'll enjoy. Let's begin. We thought it would be great sport to feed the human to the Karnak's Bone Ripper, and it was for the first 3 minutes. The silly hairless ape ran and dodged around the arena, as bets were placed on how long the execution would take. However, the Karnax was an ambush predator, and after 5 minutes of exertion, it sat down to catch its breath. To the shock of the audience, the human walked up to the Karnax and punched it in the nose. This riled up the great beast, who rose up and began chasing the human again. The sudden activity triggered a new round of betting as onlookers sought to profit from this strange creature with an obvious death wish. Unfortunately, the chase barely lasted another minute before the great beast had to sit back down to recover. Again, the human walked up and delivered a blow to the gasping Karnax. This pattern repeated for the next 21 minutes, long after the next 4 executions were scheduled to take place. The audience looked on with horror as this human taunted and tortured the great Karnax into chasing it around the arena, savagely beating it every time it tried to stop. 38 minutes in, bruised and gasping for breath, the Karnax was cowering from its human tormentor. From time to time, the Karnax would blindly lash out, but the human just stepped out of range, then resumed the beating. A thin coating of liquid on the human skin was the only indicator it was exerting itself at all. Crude bone cudgels at the end of the human's limbs did little to permanently damage the Karnax, but it drove the air from the Karnax's lungs. Utterly defeated, the Karnax no longer had the energy to do anything but cover its most sensitive areas from the human's persistent violence. 45 minutes in, and the spectacle was drawing to an end. The Karnax was still alive, but barely. Most of the audience had left, their money wasted on sensible wagers made for the kill to happen within the first 8 minutes scheduled execution time. The show they had come to see had descended to a level of wanton sadism even the mobsters running the event did not care to witness. At 59 minutes and 8 seconds, the human changed tactics and pressed its limb into the Karnax's windpipe. 59 minutes and 32 seconds oxygen deprivation caused the Karnax's first heart to stop beating. 59 minutes, 46 seconds, the second heart joined the first. Complete brain death had occurred at 60 minutes exactly, and the arena's klaxon blared that the execution was complete. The results were recorded, and a large sum of galactic credits were transferred to the one bet that had been placed for the execution, lasting on an unheard bet of 60 minutes. The arena was mostly empty by that point, but the few who stayed to witness the end of this bizarre spectacle saw the human pushing the Karnax's body to the corner of the arena before using it as a stepping stone to vault over the smooth arena walls. The few remaining onlookers fled in panic before the sentient apex predator from a distant world. None could stand up to a Karnax bull in its prime, much less something that could dispatch one without a shield and a pulse rifle. Now in a deserted gallery, the human stopped briefly at a betting machine to collect its winnings before disappearing into the night. Thank you for listening. I'm glad to still have you here. This one was a little bit short, but enjoyable nonetheless. If you have stuck around, go and show your appreciation to the writer on HFY. I hope you're having a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.